Well, happy Tuesday to you, sports fan. I'm Adam Diehl. This is a special edition of the ProView Rundown. Special edition, why? We have Sarah Abney from Las Cruces High School. She's going to talk about her college selection in just a moment. We're going to get into those details, and also head coach of Las Cruces High School, Matt Abney, here as well. So a lot of fun in front of us, maybe a new tradition we've started here at ProView Sports Network with Amaya Brown and Jaden Perez, and now, of course, Sarah Abney. We'll get to that here in just a minute, but first we want to take a look at the top 10 plays of the year for Soul Soccer. Now that Soul's over with, here were the best goals this year.
He got away with one nonetheless.
He definitely created some contact.
Here we go, 2-1 game on. Sam Gleedle's gonna finish it. Check the replay and show you how it happened in just a moment. Here's Luke Lawrence.
Very nice PK.
So it's going to be Jack Clancy's going to take this. Domiciano's there too, but I don't think this is going to be a left-footed take. Clancy, yes! Jack Clancy.
Hey, I said it earlier in the broadcast, Adam. He loves to.
This is dangerous as Gleedle will leave it off. Pacheco, does he want to have one? A cutback. Pacheco's in trouble now as he tries to switch it. Here's a 1-2, and again it's Gleedle. Gleedle's going to try to bend one. Yes! How about it from Sam Gleedle? It's gorgeous on the inside of the foot, and he.
So there you go, the top 10 plays of the year for Albuquerque Soul. Really not the year that they wanted, but it was the third season and live here on ProView Sports Network for all of it. So glad you got to check it out. If you want to check out those top 10 highlights, you could do so on our YouTube page. And also go visit us at Twitter at ProView TV. You could find us there. Big week coming up for ProView Sports Network and the New Mexico High School Coaches Association's big partners of ProView Sports Network, as we've got the All-Star games for you. So 4A, 5A All-Star game in boys basketball, also the 1A, 2A basketball game, and then we've got the 5A, 6A football game, north versus south. It's all coming your way on ProView Sports Network next week. Here's a look back at some of the best moments of the 2016-2017 NMAA season.
Vista, they played almost as good as they could have. They went with the
San
game
Diego
plan.
Matadors for the first time since 2010. That's a feeling unlike any other.
Well, and you look at Sandia, Marisol Silva's a junior. And you know, when you can coach and still make an impact on young lives, I think that's why
Audrey fires a fastball, and it's a grounder. Pineda's going to make the grab and a flip over to second in the middle, headed toward the net, and in the goal! Ranked nationally. Roberto's going to get the escape. 6-3. That's it. It's all said in stone.
Cleveland High School.
Back at it. I am Adam Diehl. Proview rundown, but it's not about me today. It's about Sarah Abney. 1,000-point club. She's about to be a senior at Las Cruces High School. She's made her college decision, and so she's here to talk about it. All the way from Las Cruces, on your way actually to a tournament for volleyball, which we're going to get into that. But first, tell everybody your decision. Where are you going to go play college?
I decided to further my basketball and academic career at Sacramento State, which I'm very excited about.
Yes, you should be.
Yes.
So Matt Abney tells me that it's the very first time Las Cruces High School that somebody's gone D1.
Yes, sir.
In basketball,
Yeah.
in girls basketball.
Yeah.
That's got to feel good.
It's awesome, yeah.
And
it's cool to be the first one.
You've got everything in front of you, so you still got your senior year and all that. But let's get into really the meat and potatoes of how you made your decision. What other schools maybe were in the mix here?
A couple were Idaho State, Brown University, and Newman University, which is a really good D2 in Kansas, and just a lot of
Brown University.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a smart enough person in this building that can do that. Like, our guy directing maybe, because he's really good, Jason Poole, but that's pretty good. Okay, so what enticed you then to say, okay, this is where I want to go. Sacramento's the place I need to be.
Yeah, well, after getting to know Sacramento State, I love the coaching staff. The recruiting process was really fun. I love the area. It's beautiful, very green, naturey. It's just a really good place to live. And I actually went there for point guard college 3 years ago, so I kind of got to see the campus, and it's kind of crazy how 3 years later that's where I'm going, and it's just really exciting.
And you've had other offers too from the D2 level. We've talked about some of the other D1 options, and so talk maybe about the coaching staff a little bit and how you got comfortable with them to say, this is where I need to be, this is where I fit.
Yeah, well, the coach that recruited me is Coach Baxter. He's kind of the guard recruiting coach, and he's just an exciting man, and just got to know me really well, made me feel comfortable right away. He encouraged me about my strengths and weaknesses, and he was at all my games when I went to travel, and it's just something that I'm going to be comfortable with when I move, and I know that that staff is going to take care of me for the next 4 years.
And you think potentially healthy and going into a good season that maybe you could get some decent time your freshman year?
Yes, yes.
The style of play they play is very up-tempo. Talk about it.
Yeah, well, they kind of play like us Bulldogs, like up and down, very fast-paced press, to where they sub 5 in, 5 out, so I expect to get a good amount of playing time my freshman year, and I'm excited for that to get an opportunity right off the bat, so I just need to prepare to get ready to go play at that level.
What's it like to finally get this decision off your chest? You can go now into your senior season and not really have to worry about what colleges are looking at you and any of that.
It's such a relief. It's stressful going to these tournaments, and you don't know where you're going to end up for college, and just knowing where you're going to be and seeing the campus and knowing you're going to be in a good place, it's really exciting.
And then not only just going into your basketball season, but really going into volleyball season. So fantastic volleyball player as well. And we were talking before we got on camera, you said it's really hard because you love volleyball too. And the next level, it's going to be basketball for you. But another love, second team All-State last year. You guys unfortunately lost in the finals to Centennial, but it was a really good run just to get there.
Yeah.
So talk about that all in general in volleyball, just having to maybe almost choose between the two.
Yeah. Well, it was really exciting going through the process to get to the state championship game. It made my team for volleyball excited this year because we have a good chance of getting to that state championship game again. Just volleyball, it's been a huge stress reliever whenever I might get burnt out from basketball. It's right there, and it's really fun. I have great teammates, and it's just a good sport to play on the side of basketball.
Is it difficult maybe having to focus because basketball is your next level and that's the next part of your career, but then going into volleyball and having to deal with the fall season before you get to basketball, or is it really just easy and just a lot of fun for you?
It's kind of easy because I get to practice basketball and volleyball at the same time, so it's not like I get tired of volleyball and want to go back to basketball. It's like a nice flow, and I'm competitive enough to where I can compete in volleyball and then switch right away to basketball, so it's pretty easy. All
right, and so going into this season, let's talk about hoops now. You guys are going to have a good team. Had an unbelievable run last year, lost in overtime to La Cueva. I know it's got to hurt in the quarterfinals, but I mean, your district was ridiculous. Just talking about your district alone is a gauntlet, but you've got to be excited about this senior year in basketball too.
Yeah, I'm excited having our injured point guards coming back for the next season and just battling through district. We have our home season, new facilities with a new gym and locker room. I'm really excited for this last year. It's just going to be something kind of new, especially especially with our new coach, Coach Selby, who came from Centennial. It's just a lot of upgrades that our program is making for this last year.
What goals do you have? I mean, you've already hit the 1,000-point mark as a junior going into your senior year. Coach Matt Abney was just talking about you taking 85 charges, and you've done a lot. You had 3 buzzer beaters last year, which is ridiculous. You got to see in the highlight film before we started this segment. So what is your goal?
Well, of course, as an individual, I want to succeed like I did last year, but I want to win a district, you know, be district champ and eventually be a state champ. You know, that's always the goal, is to get to a state championship, and we're going to work for that this year.
Awesome. Well, look, a lot more to come here. In fact, we're going to bring on Matt Abney, head coach of Las Cruces, in just a moment. But again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Made your decision. More to come here in just a moment on the ProView Rundown.
Don't forget, every ProView Network sporting event is on sale at our DVD store. Go to www.proviewnetworks.com to buy your DVD today.
Hoops New Mexico Basketball Courts is coming to Albuquerque soon. 10 full basketball courts and a whole lot more. For more information, contact Dan Serrano at hoopsnm@aybl.com.
Gecko's Bar and Tapas, a proud supporter of ProView Networks. It's been a fan favorite spot for food lovers and sports fans. With not one, but 2 great locations, including outdoor patio, an atmosphere you won't want to miss. Gecko's off Academy and in Nob Hill.
Back at it, ProView Rundown. Glad you could join us on this Tuesday. Sarah Abney, we're going to be a senior at Las Cruces High School. She's made her decision. Sacramento State has picked up a nice talent. And now, head coach, Las Cruces, Matt Abney, you've got to be really excited.
I'm real excited for her, not only as her father, but as her coach.
Both, right?
Both, yeah. I mean, it's been that way probably since second grade, and she's thought about this, dreamed about it for a long time, and you know, she's worked really, really hard. I don't think people understand the amount of hours outside of practice that a lot of these athletes put, and Sarah's been one of those where the amount of hours she's put in on Sundays. I remember going to Cruces High in 4th, 5th grade on Sundays, and just a lot of time, so I'm real happy for her.
Sarah, what's it like, the father-daughter aspect of this? Coach, right? But also your father. I mean, does that conflict sometimes?
A little sometimes. After a game, we come home, we're still talking about the game and arguing about what could have happened, but you know, I think it's better. You know, we get to talk about basketball, go over film together at home. It doesn't collide. It's nice.
No, I agree. We've done a good job over the years. I think each year's gotten a little bit better, just kind of separating the two. It's been that way growing up for her. I've always said, I'm not going to make you go outside and shoot or go to the gym. It's always been on her, because I want to be her dad first. That's my #1 priority, is being her dad rather than her coach. So it's a good balance. It really is.
How hands-on, hands-off were you with this whole process as Sarah was trying to make her decision, and finally it was Sacramento State?
A little more, probably more hands-on, just because I'm her dad and her coach. So a lot of people would contact me regarding Sarah, because and then they put 2 and 2 together. That was her dad. So you know, just a lot of conversations with coaches, you know, and then they went through her as well. But, you know, that was a part of the process, and, you know, it's stressful as well. So it's a huge relief for me as well that she's done with this process. So we can just kind of both focus on her senior year volleyball and basketball, and we can move forward. So it was a stress relief that she's done this already.
Sarah, shed some light on how long maybe you've understood that you were a college talent, that one day that you would be playing college.
Yeah.
Was it early on that you knew?
Maybe a couple years ago, I realized that I can really become a good player, a good shooter, to become a Division I player, and it's kind of crazy that it's a reality now. But it's all thanks to him for helping me with highlight tapes, making me a better player. It's, of course, like I had to work for it, but you know, he's my motivation. He did a lot.
That's a feel good right there.
Yeah, he's my motivation. The reason why I want to keep going, and just it's crazy how hard he works for me. It means a lot.
That's got to mean a lot.
It does. It does. You know, we've had some debates and discussions in the gym on Sundays and stuff. But
go your separate ways.
Yeah,
in the house
we're like, you know what?
Home.
Let's just go home.
Yeah, you know, so we've had plenty of those. But yeah, it means a lot for her to feel that way. But you know, she's the one that puts in the work. You know, she lives on the shooting machine on the gun. I mean, she's been on that machine since 5th, 6th grade, just thousands and thousands of shots. And
well, she's got the buzzer beater thing down.
Well, hopefully
right?
it continues.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the biggest thing with Sacramento State. What they like about her is her three-point shooting ability. Sac State for the last 3 years has led the nation in three-point attempts and makes. So, you know, that's her game. It was a perfect fit. You know, and for her, it wasn't about Division I, Division II. It was about the fit. Because there are some D2s also.
Because you've got to be successful with it. It's got to fit.
Yeah,
I gotta want to enjoy being there.
Sure.
And she had some nice opportunities with some Division II coaches and programs, and you know, but this Sac State, you know, just the style they play, they press like we do, and you know, again, 2 years ago they were second in the nation behind UConn in scoring. This year they were 8th, so they get up and down the floor, and that's why we think she can get an opportunity to play, just because of the style. You know, they get up and down, and man, they press, and you know, a lot of threes, and that's her strength. That's what she does.
I'm curious, with her being so successful in volleyball, like we talked, second team All-State, made it to the state finals this last year, lost to Centennial, actually stole a set, which was really nice. But that's kind of got to be comforting a little bit, because you're maybe not doing the coaching on that end.
I love that part.
You get to kind of sit back and watch the success.
I'm her dad
right?
for volleyball.
Yeah.
I love that I can just sit back and not feel any pressure, and I just enjoy watching her. I love watching her play both, you know, but without me having the coach, I really enjoy watching her play volleyball.
He has to come watch me all day for 3 days this week, watch me play. So
yeah, so talk about that real quick. You're going to
we're going to Northern Colorado for a volleyball tournament with Bulldog, and we go to this tournament pretty much every year, and it's a huge tournament, like 140 teams. We're going to be in the elite bracket, and we just have to see if we can hang.
Like, I'm going to root for you.
Yeah.
But unless you're playing my wife's team, she's the head coach at Trisco, then I won't root for you. Okay? But otherwise, I'm going to root for you. Okay, so let's get into your season coming up. We talked with Sarah a little bit about it last segment. What do you think, Coach, about your team, what you guys got? I mean, obviously a ridiculous schedule with your district, and you know, it gets you ready for state, but at the same time, almost maybe even beats you up a little bit.
It's an exciting program. Where we're headed right now, we've had 3 years of 20-win seasons, and we got Janessa Johnson coming back. She was our point guard who tore her ACL in the Hoopla Championship. Brooke Sumlin was injured this summer. She'll be back. Lex Lewis is back. Val Valtiera is another good player, and Christina Guay, who also plays volleyball, had a great summer. So we're going to be solid. I'm excited where we're at. We were 18-4 this summer without 2 starters. So. There's a lot of good teams though. Carlsbad and Hobbs are loaded. You know, Maya's back with Cibola. They're solid. There's a lot of good teams. There's a lot of parity in 6A basketball, just like last year.
I think last year showed, right? You made the run at the right time, and
you got to be good and you got to be lucky.
That's how it goes.
And you know, it's an exciting time for girls basketball. Really, you know, just top to bottom. There's great players in New Mexico. You know, a lot of, you know, Division I signings last year with J.C. Gorsman and Cavi and Jaden De La Cerda, and this year as well with Jaden and Amaya. And there's a lot of good players.
There has been a lot of success. Yeah.
There's a lot more good players.
And now you're part of that. I mean, that's gotta feel good.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Again, averaged 15 points last year, 5 rebounds, in the 1,000-point club. We can't congratulate you more. Sacramento State's picked up a big-time talent. We appreciate you guys coming in to the studio and sharing this with ProView Sports Network and making the travel down, Matt. We really appreciate it. So
thank
congratulations to both of you.
Thank you for having us.
Awesome. So there you go. Sarah Abney, she's on to to Sacramento State. Congratulations again. For the entire crew doing a great job, Josh Brown and Jason Pohl in the back. I'm Adam Diehl saying so long. You've been watching the ProView Rundown.
Vista, they played almost as good as they could have. They went with the
San
game
Diego
plan.
Matadors for the first time since 2010. That's a feeling unlike any other.
Well, and you look at Sandia, Marisol Silva's a junior. And you know, when he can coach or still make an impact on young lives, I think that's why
Andre fires a fastball and it's a grounder. Pineda's going to make the grab and a flip over to second in the middle, headed toward the net, and in the goal! Roberto's going to get the escape. 6-3. That's it. It's all said and stone.
Cleveland High School.